One of the things I came across in the last several weeks is more and more people in the military are learning what's going on. And I got 3 questions yesterday on one of the programs that caters to military, both active as well as retired. And they're saying, gee, I really don't want to re-enlist. I like the Army or the Marines or whatever, but I'd like to come out into civilian life, but there's no jobs. What am I to do? I don't have any choice. I got to re-enlist and probably get shipped over to Afghanistan, which I really don't want to do because I don't believe in it, because I know what they're up to. I mean, just think if you were in that kind of position.
Well, a lot more people are going to be in those positions. I mean, a lot more people are about to be in those positions because this economy is going to drop even further. People are going to lose their pensions. They're going to lose their jobs. And instead of going into the traditional military, this GIVE Act tells people in Section 1801 and others that they can do full-time, quote-unquote, volunteer service. But if it's full-time, they're going to get a paycheck. Obviously, this corporation and these foundations that they're setting up are going to have to employ somebody. Yeah, they're going to employ the masses they're about to lay off in the next, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I mean, it's happening, folks. The New World Order is here, and they're announcing it on the world stage at the G20. We'll be back with the final segment with Bob Chapman, theinternationalforecaster.com, and we'll be live at prisonplanet.tv shortly. We are back. It's the Alex Jones Show. And before we go back to Bob Chapman of theinternationalforecaster.com, I want to thank some of our sponsors. eFoods Direct. The phone number is 1-800-409-5633. That's eFoodsDirect.com. Okay, so we don't have to remind you that you need food to survive. Our biggest sponsor, eFoods Direct, is the longest continually operating storable foods company in the country. They all also happen to be true patriots and have supported the freedom movement for years and years. With the looming food shortages and current economic downturn, I mean, just look at the economy, folks. It is imperative that you make sure that your family has non-GMO foods and they are prepared. It's 1-800-409-5633, 1-800-409-5633, or eFoodsDirect.com. In closing, Bob, I mean, what advice do you have for the people out there? Obviously, get into hard currencies, get gold and silver. They can do that through Midas Resources and, others. They can get your newsletter. But what else out there? What else should we be doing as soon as you get off the line? I mean, what can people do today?
Well, I think once they cover those bases, I think what they have to do is get the word out, and they can use the DVDs and any of the other information that you have available, and just keep on passing it out. Be the most aggressive pamphleteer and giver of DVDs in the country, and people will respond because they're slipping deeper and deeper into a mode where they're going to be very responsive because they're losing their jobs, can't buy a new car, they may be losing their home or already have done so. And, you saw the outpouring of people, hundreds of thousands of people in England protesting about the banks and the situation there, a populist uprising. And we need that in America. We need it all over the country. And we need to, at the very, very local levels, elect people who understand what the problem is.
I couldn't agree with you more. And the reason that Martin Luther King Jr. was so successful is that he got out in the streets and went to the people. And we haven't really been able to do that as a movement. And we constantly get co-opted. But it doesn't take, 20 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people to make a difference. You and your girlfriend can go out there. You and your best buddy can go out there. 2 people, 1 person, a huge sign. I know people that make take a sheet and spray paint a website over on it and go over an overpass, and they reach thousands of people every 10 minutes on a busy highway. I mean, there are a million ways to do this. You can sit in your mall parking lot and talk to people. You can go to your local church and talk to people. I mean, the ways to do this are endless as soon as you have the willpower to do so, as soon as you have identified the enemy. And the enemy are these globalists that are literally colluding now out in the open to take away our sovereignty and to bring in global governance, Bob.
Well, that's absolutely correct. And this particular meeting was a launching of 2 things: toward world government and also telling America it's time for them to take an equal back seat. They're not going to be the leader anymore.
That is exactly what they've done. They've said, the age of American dominance is over. It's Bob Chapman of the InternationalForecaster.com. Give out the number, Bob.
And that number again is toll-free, 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178.
It's the Alex Jones Show. I'm Jason Burmis. We'll be back after this. Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.tv.